Okay, yeah, it's hi, the Wandering Dreamman here with a little unusual unscripted because the last unscripted it had some uploading problems and I also had some connection problems with this one too. So I'm gonna I'm gonna try to watch over this. But yeah, the unscripted here I wanted to speak a little bit about the project I was going to, but I had one countdown in the making and one rant in the making. So, but I haven't really been doing any. I haven't really been releasing any countdowns because two reasons. One, there's a lot of animation in it, and whenever I do animation, it takes times, resources, and concentration to do. And this one have more animation than top 5 vampires. So it it requires so much time and so much effort. And I also had some problems on social fronts. So yeah, I haven't really been all that. It's yeah. Anyway, the second reason is because apparently YouTube and my internet connection and me is not pals. They keep failing on me. They keep messing up with uploading times and uh it really pisses me off. I had a Halloween countdown for Halloween which ended up the program didn't want to finish and wouldn't allow me to reopen the program again, the project again to continue on or to finish polishing. So I still have the script, so I might polish the script a little bit and then do it for the next Halloween. I also had a script for a countdown for the month afterwards. So yeah, those two do you guys might get those this Halloween and this November. So yeah. So that's the reasons why I haven't been uploading any projects yet, any countdowns yet. But I also have another project in the making, which is a rant on the inside knowledge of the next Dragon Age game. I've been requested to do this, and I do it as a rant because A, I do it unscripted, and B, I really have a lot to say on my own view. So I place it as a rant, and I hope it's okay for you who requested it. And Happy New Year! I almost forgot that. And it's early in the morning still. It's not far from I awake, but yeah. So yeah, it has been December, and I have bought a lot of new games. I have seen a lot of movies. I've been in the cinema a couple of times, 2 times, and I've seen a new DVD movie. So yeah, I have right now I have Okami in my PS2. It has a lot of problems, but I also kinda enjoy it at times. So I would. It isn't god awful, but it isn't really any good. So eh, maybe. I'm still gonna play it all the way through, but up until now, it haven't really blown me away all the way. So it's it's with them. So and in my 3DS, I have Pokemon Y. Great animation, great game. Um, I think that they are trying to please everyone, especially Gen 1ers, because a lot of a lot of first gen Pokemon you can catch really early on, and you even get a Kanto starter Pokemon with you. That's that seemed a little off. It wasn't really far in the game that I started getting all 5 Pokemon on my team, which I'm gonna use all the way through. I got it here before I even had my 3rd batch. So that's unusual, really unusual. And over Steam I have, oh yeah, I played DuckTales Remastered. I love the cartoon, I love the game. It's like playing an episode of that game. Even though the final level, it's annoying as hell. But I'm still trying to beat it all the way through, so wish me luck on that one. What else? Oh yeah, I I almost forgot. As I said, I've been in the cinemas, and the 2 times actually in December. The first one I saw in cinema was Hobbit, The Hobbit Part 2, Part 2. Okay, I don't really know how many can. Sorry, The Hobbit Part 2. I can't really say that I didn't enjoy it, but its second half dragged. I mean, the first half of it was really action-packed and it was hilarious. The barrel scene. Did I really need to say anything more than the barrel scene? It's yeah. I remember all my friends in the cinema laughing so hard at the barrel scene. Yeah. And what was the point of Tyrael again? I mean, yeah, I could have left her out of the movie and it would have been fine. Yeah, she is an interesting character and there's an interesting unquote love story there, but what bothers me with her is it's gotta sound kind of sadistic, but it's just for the okay, I can't really justify it more, but I'm gonna be spoiling for this one. One of the dwarfs gets struck by a Morgul blade, and Tyrael tries to save him. As we know from the first Lord of the Rings movie, whenever someone gets stricken by a Morgul blade, they turn, as I remember it, into Ringwraith, or is it a Nazgul? But either way, I actually wanted to see him die, just to see the transformation. That would have been interesting. And yeah, the action and the everything in the Dwarven City, I think it was good. The action scene with the dragon could have been a little bit more well filmed, but I still enjoyed it. Oh, Smaug. First, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. Now, The Hobbit. Why? You make it designed like a wyvern. Why do you make it designed like a wyvern? It's not a wyvern, it's a dragon. Why you keep designing it like a wyvern? It really bothered me, as you can hear. There's a great difference between what's a wyvern and what's a dragon. There's not as much legends about wyverns as there is about dragons themselves. Dragons have 6 limbs, as in 2 as in 4 legs, front and back, and 2 wings. Two wyverns have 2 legs and 2 wings, and then they stabilize themselves on the rings whenever they land. That's and there isn't really any great features to be seen as a body. It's just more like a snake with legs and wings. So that kinda annoyed me. The other thing that annoyed me was the ending. Dude, the ending is a worse cliffhanger than Halo 2. Okay? I mean, endings like that I would see much rather in an episode, not in a movie. That's why? Okay, so the next time I was in the cinema, I watched Frozen. I kinda feel with Frozen like the same way that critics like Doug Walker and Paul actually feel about the Hunchback of Notre Dame. It's really a kinda adult story, and I like a lot of some of the songs there, but there's also the characters that really makes it drag and make it feel like they're there for the kids. And there's way too many songs in it. Some of them could have been cut for better. And uh, but I like the story itself with these two princesses slash princess and queen. So that I actually also liked how the movie was written. It didn't. It could have been easy for them to just make the Ice Queen a rich rip-off from Narnia, but they actually interpreted the H.C. Andersen story pretty well, for that matter. Where in the fairy tale, the Ice Queen isn't a villain. She isn't really evil. She's just there. She's kind, and it was it was good to see that Disney didn't go that route than describing her. I'm really glad for that one. I'm also really glad that the movie didn't need a villain. I know that there is kinda 2 villains, but the first one gets pushed aside really fast and almost never mentioned again. And that villain was also kinda dumb. So, yeah. The second villain actually came as a surprise, and not really a bad surprise, kind of a good surprise. You can see why he do as he do, and that's actually you could have played your cards better, but I see why you are acting like the villain. And then there's the snowman Olaf and the trolls. There's also Sven, the reindeer. I feel those characters were written for the kids. Olaf I could kinda laugh with because of his innocence and childlike appearance, and personality, but he was still annoying. Sven the reindeer, it was also good to get a laugh out of, but that's about it. The trolls, oh man, the song they sang, it was the most annoying thing I ever noticed in the movie. Even more annoying than Olaf's song. But if I also have to pick a favorite song, I would either say the first song or the duet later on in the movie between the two sisters. Because, especially the duet, that was good. I I wouldn't spoil anymore much, and I really don't really think I should talk more about it. But the only other thing I would say is I don't really know where they wanted to make this appearance, but it clearly looks like it's it's the romantic Scandinavian time, and I kept saying to both persons beside me, doesn't it look like Norway? I'm sorry if any Norwegians takes offense to this, but both with names like Arnborg and with how the buildings are decorated and built and the landscape, it's I would say that it kind of looks like Norway. I it I think it either it's Norway or it's a really bad interpretation of what Denmark is supposed to be. Because as much as we like it, we don't really have any mountains. We don't have so much ice. We don't have reindeers. And while I'm at it, the Vikings didn't have hornet helmets. So that's all the illusions about us shattered in a moment. Oh, well, oh, fuck me. Okay. Um, the third movie I watched was the last Miyazaki movie, Up Upon Poppy Hill. It and it was kind of strange. It was unusual for a Miyazaki movie not to have any kind of supernatural elements to it. And I would say that most of the movie is just following these two characters and how their everyday is, but there's also a couple of special moments in it and something that makes them doubt anything and do something also. So I would say it's a good movie. Um, it's weird and it's not action packed, but I still think it's good. I still think it's interesting. Also, as a I don't really think I don't really know if this was actually how Japan and its youth was in the 1960s. Yeah, it the story of uh, atop Poppy Hill, it happened in the 1960s. So I don't really know if Japan and its youth acted this way in the 1960s, but it isn't. It I don't really think it's extremely impossible or implausible, to be honest. So if it isn't right and it's just pure fiction all the way through, please say it to me. so I can say that, okay, then I know. Please do. And yeah, I also have a couple of games on standby that I bought. I have Ico, I have Guitar Hero, Aerosmith, and Metallica. I have Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 2. I have Final Fantasy 12 on standby. I have Bravely Difficult on standby. Final Fantasy 7 on standby. I have a really lot of games on standby because I just want to play them. So I also wanted to kind of ask if I should do other side projects. Like, I thought about how to. I thought about making a video series where I analyze certain situations or certain bosses or music themes or and so on with both an artistic and a mythological and a historical point of view. That could I if just write in the comments of what you think. So yeah. What else? Oh yeah. I almost forgot to tell. I had problems uploading videos, so I've done this as a webcam where I've covered the lens and just speaking into my headset mic. So that's why it sounds a little bit different and there's nothing to be shown on the screen. Literally, this is just a podcast. Or it's just supposed to be a podcast. Um, uh, University gonna start again tomorrow. I got a lot to prepare for. Uh, just write to me if you have anything or any projects that you really wanted to see or see me do. That would that would be nice. I wouldn't say that I would be able to do them right away, but I might actually do them. So see you around and have a nice day.